This is the OTB Television Network, a service of Capital District Off-Track Betting.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses. 18 races to bring you, including closing day at Del Mar and opening weekend from Belmont Park. We're going to kick it off down at Laurel on the turf. The Japan Racing Association, Action Andy, the slight favorite at 3-1.
And they're off. Action Andy, quick in action on the outside, up to take the lead. But El Commodore is down inside of Action Andy, and so El Commodore and Action Andy hook up into the first turn run. From 8 to Fast to Catch, and Mythical Hero Racing Force C. Toby is 5th. London Lane is next, followed by Dan Hauser. And back to Mr. Irons, and trailing is Paris Vegas, who's well last now some 17 lengths off the pace up ahead. As El Commodore leads the way from Action Andy, who's taken back off that leader second. 8 to Fast to Catch in the clear, in third on the outside, just 2 from the front. Another 2.5, Mythical Hero is in 4th, and C. Toby is in the 5th spot. Another 3 to London Lane, followed by Mr. Irons on the inside, and Dunhauser, Paris Vegas. A lot to do, got to be 20 lengths off that pace. It was a 24-2 opening quarter over this good turf with about a half mile left to go. The half in 48-4. El Commodore, Action Andy now sent along to make another run. So here's Action Andy, El Commodore, Action Andy, 1-2 around the far turn. 8 to Fast to Catch has been looming off them in third as they sprint past the 3-ace pole now and quicken up that pace. El Commodore, Action Andy, 8 to Fast to Catch right there, trying to roll up there 3 wide at the top of the stretch toward the quarter pole. El Commodore, Action Andy, 8 to Fast to Catch, quite a race, 3 heads apart across the track. Nobody really getting from the back yet. On the far outside, Mr. Irons trying to make a long shot bid. C. Toby is in the 4th spot. They're coming to the final furlong. 8 to Fast to Catch, Action Andy, El Commodore, 8 to Fast to Catch, just in front of furlong left to go. And now here comes C. Toby. C. Toby surging on Mr. Irons on the outside. C. Toby, Mr. Irons, late run to London Lane. C. Toby off the pace, and Julian Pimentel to win it. Mr. Irons was second, and Downhauser on late with London Lane. It's close third.
But it is C. Toby scoring at nearly 8-1 for Gary Capuano and Julian Pimentel. They score the upset victory in the Japan Racing Association, returning $17.80. Mr. Irons, a 21-1 shot, finishes second, and Dan Hauser finishes third at nearly 12-1. The superfecta comes back $7,400. Action Andy, the slight 3-1 favorite, finishes 7th in Saturday's Japan Racing Association. Couple stakes races to bring you from Presque Isle, ladies and gentlemen. Friday evening, they ran the Presque Isle Mile. 2-1 favorite is Eternal Rule.
They're off in the Presque Isle Mile. Bartlett's going right to the lead. I'm stepping it up to the outside. Eternal Rule has some early speed. So does Plutonium, Hurricane Ike, and Jimmy Sims right down along the rail. Into the turn, Eternal Rule is going to take over the lead. Has it there. Pressure applied by Plutonium just to his inside. I'm stepping it up to the outside third. Then Bartlett's is next. Jimmy Sims between horses. Bergerac next, 3 wide. Alma d'Oro down along the rail. Then between horses is Hurricane Ike. Shell back to the outside of Photo Shoot. Up the back stretch they go. Eternal Rule's going to show the way. Along the inside, that's Plutonium. On the outside, I'm stepping it up now, moves up into second. Plutonium back into third. Jimmy Sims tracking along in 4th. Then it's Bartlett's. Bergerac to the outside. Alma d'Oro, Hurricane Ike. Shell back in Photo Shoot the trailer. To the far turn they go. The half was 48 flat as Eternal Rule continues to show the way. I'm stepping it up, right up alongside in second. Plutonium down up along the rail third. Then up to the outside is Jimmy Sims now moving up into 4th, and then it's Bergerac. At the top of the stretch, though, Eternal Rule has led every step of the way. I'm stepping up, still in second. Jimmy Sims now tacking up in third. Plutonium down along the rail. Alma d'Oro in the middle of the track, and Hurricane Ike mid-stretch. Eternal Rule continues continuing to show the way. I'm stepping it up, needing more. So is Jimmy Sims to the outside. Alma Dioro. Eternal Rule trying to hold off Alma Dioro to the outside. It's Eternal Rule on the rail. Alma Dioro coming after. Eternal Rule wins it. Alma Dioro gets second. Photo shoot up for third. It's close for fourth. Look like I'm stepping it up.
And Cowboy Jesse Campbell puts Eternal Rule on the front end, scores the $6 victory for Sid Attard, with Alma Dioro finishing second. And at better than 30-1, Photo Shoot gets up for third in Friday night's Presque Isle Mile. And the biggest race of the fall meet down at Presque Isle, Fillies and Mares sprinting 6.5 furlongs in the Grade 2 Masters. Groupie Doll back at 7-10.
They're off in the Masters Stakes. It's Mimom from the outside. Sally between horses. Interrogate right down along the rail. Holiday for Kitten between horses. Onto the main track. It's Mimom is clear. Has it by 3. Holiday for Kitten along in second. Then Interrogate is next. Sweet Cassiopeia. Bouquet Booth to the outside. That's Sally is next. And in between horses, Groupie Doll moving up to the far outside. Salty Strike. Then Kitty and a Tizzy. Ariana D is the trailer to the far turn. It's Mimom. Has it by 3 lengths over Interrogate. Down along the inside, Atlantic Hurricane is next. Now Groupie Doll is moved up into fourth. Down along the inside, Sweet Cassiopeia. Then it's Sally to the outside, and Kitty and a Tizzy around the turn after the half in 44-3. Quick times here. It's Mimom trying to hold off the charge. Groupie Doll swings to the outside next. Holiday for Kitten out in the middle of the track. They straighten up for the drive home. It's Mimom still holding on to the lead. Here comes Groupie Doll and Sally to the far outside. It's Mimom. Groupie Doll now takes over the lead, and Groupie Doll starts to pull away. It's Groupie Doll, and she's the queen. Groupie Doll wins the Masters. 3-way photo for second. Either Kitty and a Tizzy or Sally.
And Groupie Doll, first race since her brilliant performance on the undercard of the Kentucky Derby in the Humana Distaff, gets to the synthetic, scores by nearly 4 lengths under Rajiv Barra for William Buff Bradley, returning $3.40 as the odds-on favorite. Just an easy victory. Has already won on the synthetic, having won the Grade 1 Madison at Keeneland going 7-8. So Groupie Doll seems to be on point, marching towards the Breeders' Cup Filly or Mare Sprint. Kitty and a Tizzy finishes second at 18-1 and at nearly 100-1. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, 96-1, Sally. But it is Groupie Doll winning this year's edition of the Presque Isle Downs Masters. Up to Woodbine, ladies and gentlemen, 2-year-olds in the 57th running of the Swinford Stakes was even money on the morning line, but when they bet, uncaptured 1-5.
They're off in the Swinford Stakes. Uncaptured, a Platitude to the outside early, and to the inside is 5-iron. Dan the 10-man fourth, and they prepare to come onto the main track, and 5-iron comes on the inside and takes the lead. Also coming on is Dan the 10-man, Uncaptured. Back in third now, just a length off the lead though. And in fourth is the gray Platitude. Dan the 10-man outside, and inside 5-iron, 22-3. For that opening 2 furlongs, and they're a half mile out in the Swinford. 5-iron and Dan the 10-man Matt strides. The favored Uncaptured lurks just in behind them in third, and Platitude is fourth and 4 lengths off the lead, continuing to slug it out up front. Dan the 10-man and 5-iron. Uncaptured starts to inch closer midpoint of the turn. 45-1 for the opening half mile. Dan the 10-man Uncaptured is wheeled to the far outside and is gaining ground now as they straighten away. Uncaptured is widest. Dan the 10-man in the center. Solis imploring 5-iron for more run at the rail, but Uncaptured is kicked away by 2.5 now. Last 16th of a mile. A Swinford stroll in the park for the undefeated Uncaptured. 5-iron was second, Dan the 10-man third, and Platitude was fourth.
And Uncaptured now 4 for 4. 3 of those victories in the stakes has won at 4.5, 5.5, 6, and now 7 furlongs very, very easily for Mark Cassie and John Oxley. They had scratched their firster, Brilliant Comet, leaving it with a field of 5 and uncaptured under Pat Husband's scores by better than 3 lengths, with 5-iron finishing second. And Dan the Tin Man, who we saw up in Saratoga in the Saratoga Special, finishes third in the 4-horse field in the Swinford. We take a quick break. When we come back, 2-year-old action from Arlington Park and the big day down at Louisiana Downs.
Some people take analyzing a horse race to a whole other level. Tune in every morning at 11 a.m. and get up-to-the-minute analysis of the day's biggest races, breaking news from the racing industry, and our daily best bets, only on OTB TV.
What would another ShopRite mean for you?
It means more chef-prepared meals to take home and call my own.
Another place to get help with healthy eating.
And another place to get fresh fish.
Another ShopRite in the Capital District, 709 Central Avenue. Another ShopRite. That means more chef-prepared meals, another dietitian, and more fresh produce. Get more choices and even more savings with ShopRite's growing family.
We're all about food, we're all about savings, we're all about you.
And they're off. With more than 70 convenient locations, internet wagering at CapitalOTB.com, and live operators ready to take your call. Capital OTB is the better choice for wagering on thoroughbred and harness racing. Stop by one of our locations to bet in person, or open a Capital Bets account and place your bets over the phone, or at CapitalOTB.com. Whether you're on the road or in the comfort of your own home, Capital OTB is the better choice.
Poker is like a war. It's a battle of wits. It's strategy and preparation. Winning is about understanding yourself before the other guy does. Knowledge and skill wins, not luck. For now, put your money aside and challenge your wits. Challenge your skill. Free Poker Network, every Tuesday evening at the Clubhouse Racebook. Welcome to the game.
Some people take analyzing a horse race to a whole other level. Tune in every morning at 11 a.m. and get up-to-the-minute analysis of the day's biggest races, breaking news from the racing industry, and our daily best bets, only on OTB TV.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Going out to Arlington Park, there are 2 big juvenile races. Up first is the Futurity. 7 colts and 1 filly. She couldn't wait a half hour to run in the Lassie, but 8 entered. And Muppet Man, recent winner of the Meadow Lake Stakes, 7-10.
And they're off in the Arlington, Washington Futurity. Urban Renewal, Scissortail G in the black cap, Mylute on the far outside, Stormy Monarco. And here's Muppet Man up the near side for Jeffrey Sanchez at the approach to the main track. Muppet Man is out in front. Muppet Man the leader by a length to Stormy Monarco. Urban Renewal is third. Scissortail G fourth. Pataki Kid is fifth upon settling for Garrett Gomez, and closer toward the inside, Pataki Kid racing up the backstretch. Ultimo Trago is next, followed by Mylute out deep on the track. Glencoe Kid moves up between horses as they race to the half-mile pole. The quarter for Muppet Man. 23 2/5 seconds. Muppet Man leads at 3-5. Muppet Man being shadowed there on the outside by Stormy Monarco, and Pataki Kid is close with the rail. Scissortail G, the filly, running in fourth. And the half mile for Muppet Man on the straightaway, 46 4/5 seconds. Mylute is fifth, but covering a lot of ground as they go to the top of the turn. Urban Renewal is toward the inside, 5 lengths back. Then comes Glencoe Kid, and Ultimo Trago being driven in last. It's Muppet Man in hand as they come toward the quarter pole. Muppet Man, Mylute is racing outside of Stormy Monarco with the green cap. Pataki Kid holds the rail. Urban Renewal, Glencoe Kid, Scissortail G, and Ultimo Trago last into the stretch. 3/4, 1:11 a furlong to go. Muppet Man, Pataki Kid, and here's the battle on the edge of the 16th pole. And Pataki Kid has the measure of Muppet Man. Stormy Monarco third. Pataki Kid weaved course. Pataki Kid is clear for Garrett Gomez. Pataki Kid wins by 3. Muppet Man was second. Stormy Monarco third. Ultimo Trago finished fourth. Mylute was fifth. Pataki Kid has won it.
Pataki Kid, ladies and gentlemen, sat inside behind Muppet Man and was best in the stretch as the second choice, returning $6.80 for Tom Proctor. Muppet Man does finish second as the odds-on favorite in the Arlington-Washington Futurity, and Stormer Monarco finishes third. The filly, Scissortail G, beats one horse at 20-1. Half hour later, time for the 2-year-old fillies in the Arlington-Washington Lassie. And a quick note, ladies and gentlemen, there is a spill towards the back of the pack at the 3/16 pole at 5-2, Flying Rapunzel.
They're off in the Arlington-Washington Lassie from those outside gates. The song along with Papa Scat. Also right there, Flying Rapunzel. Here's Gold Edge in the green cap, and Bridget Bordeaux also right there with American Sugar. Dancing in the circle comes up the near side as these milers race toward the main track. And it's Gold Edge. Gold Edge has taken the early lead now from the song. Bridget Bordeaux is right there with Papa Scat. Flying Rapunzel very well grouped. Dancing in the circle is 6 toward the inside, but only 3 from the front, racing up the back stretch. You Bought Her is next, followed by a settled American Sugar, who's 7 lengths from the front. Inside American Sugar, Sweet Redemption, then Quiet Success, dancing Ellie Bell. Custody is running in 12th, and Bethany Bell is the 13th and final filly as they head to the half-mile pole. And it's a strong pace out in front. The quarter in 22 and 4/5 seconds, and a half mile in 45 and 3. It's the song who's taking the lead now as they enter the turn. The song leads by a length and a half. Papa Scat right there with 3 furlongs to go. Flying Rapunzel between fillies. Gold Edge 4th with the rail as they move through the turn. Bridget Bordeaux is 5th. You Bought Her a wide 6th. Dancing in the circle is 7th, 5 from the front, and the song has the quarter pole in sight. Then American Sugar, Sweet Redemption, dancing Ellie Bell, Quiet Success, Custody, and Bethany Bell has trailed, and they're into the stretch. Going down was You Bought Her. You Bought Her, the filly who went down to the 3/16. The song leads now in the final furlong. Gold Edge's charge on the outside. Dancing in the circle is right there toward the rail. They come inside the final half furlong. The song clings on. Dancing in the circle. Gold Edge charging on the outside. Here's Gold Edge. Gold Edge ran a magnificent mile. Gold Edge to get and beat the song, and Dancing in the Circle was right there too. Custody closed late, then came Papa Scat. Again, that was You Bought Her, who went down top of the stretch. It was Gold Edge and Chris Amy winning the Arlington-Washington Lassie.
Gold Edge, ladies and gentlemen, under Chris Amy scores the victory. Now 3 for 3, 2 for 2 in Arlington Stakes. Had a trifecta here with a 10-1 shot. Gold Edge returning 23.40 for Lon Wiggins. And a quick note, if those silks looked familiar, ladies and gentlemen, just go on YouTube and find Rachel Alexandra's Kentucky Oaks 2009. Those silks, how Wiggins trained her then. Lon Wiggins trained Gold Edge, returning to 23.40. La Song, 36-1. Dancing in the Circle, 12-1. The trifecta, just under $8,400. Flying Rapunzel, the 5-2 favorite, finishes well back at 9th. Gold Edge, ladies and gentlemen, 9-2 on the morning line. Drifts up to nearly 11-1 when the wagering is finished. Saturday afternoon, the annual big day down at Louisiana Downs. We kick it off on the turf. Fillies are mares in the River Cities, 6-5. She's all in.
And they're off in the River Cities. And she's Prado's Idol from that inside post, down for some early speed. Here's Verabel now, and Verabel from the far outside comes on to take over. So Verabel takes the field bias for the first time, and she's Prado's Idol's right there second. Vicky's in town up close to the pace in third, and She's All In's going to be stuck wide, about 3 wide into that first turn, racing in fourth. And then it's Jiggy Joe tucked in behind Wild fifth, Beverly Bell at the inside in sixth. A break of 5 back to Pretty Knot, and the early trailer is Kidding. First quarter's up in 23 and 4/5 seconds. So it is Richard Aramia and Verabel to the backstretch run, with She's All In now coming up to take over second. She's Prado's Idols working out a good trip so far, saving ground around that first turn on the inside, running in third, and then it's Vicky's in town back in fourth. Jiggy Joe, followed by Beverly Bell. Near the back are Pretty Knot. The trailer is still Kidding, but Kidding's only about 7 or 8 lengths off the lead. The half in 48 and 4/5 seconds. But now the pressure's coming for Verabel. First to strike is She's Prado's Idol. Second and outside. She's All In, tap on the shoulder, 3 wide, parked out their far turn run. Vicky Vicky's in Town is racing in fourth. Down inside, it's Jiggy Joe in fifth. Kidding is pushing up on through between horses. A lot of ground to make up, though. They're off the turn into the stretch, and She's Prado's Idol grabs the lead right at the top of the stretch. Verabelle tries to fight back. She's all in. Vicky's in Town. Jiggy Joe on the outside. Beverly Bell inside the final furlong. She's Prado's Idol's got a 2-length lead. Jiggy Joe sneaking through toward the inside, drifting out to She's Prado's Idol way outside. She's All In's going to be second best. She's Prado's Idol way to the outside part of the course to win it over She's All In, Jiggy Joe, and Beverly Bell.
She's Prado's Idol, though, scores the victory as the second choice in the wagering. Returns $6.60. First time that John Jacinto was aboard. And very, very nice effort for this Louisiana bred. She's All In finishes second at 6-5, with Jiggy Joe completing the trifecta in this year's running of the River Cities. Up next, annually one of my favorite stakes races down on the Super Derby card. Why? Because Unbridled lost the Super Derby at odds on, but they list the stakes race named after him. This is the 34th running, 3-year-olds and up on the turf, and at 9-5, Major Marvel.
And they're off in the Unbridled. Great start, and Global Power right to the front. Global Power made the lead almost by default, and just like that, he's built a 2.5-length lead by us the first time. String King's going to tuck in to be second. Mr. Woodrow's up close today, running in third. Major Marvel's there on the outside fourth. Heavenville takes up a spot toward the inside, going to save ground at the Caboose turn, racing in fifth. And it's Go Tiger Jack from sixth. Sadie's Soldier, Golden Yank, and at the back early is the former Super Derby winner, Apart. So they race around the Caboose turn. And Global Power, the leader to the backstretch run, leads by 3.5 lengths. First quarter's up in 23 and 4/5 seconds. So Global Power flaunts his speed down the backstretch, leads by 2.5, with String King second, and Mr. Woodrow's on the outside in third. Major Marvel with a great spot to the far turn, saving ground from fourth. Heavenville picking through the pack nicely up the inside. And then it's Go Tiger Jack starting to move as Apart. Apart has passed a couple of horses at the back of the pack, is racing up to be fifth onto the far turn. And then it's Golden Yank and Sadie Soldier. Round the far turn, Global Power still in front. And now String King is honing in on the outside. And here comes String King now, second and a length behind. 3 lengths more back to Major Marvel. Apart swings wide for the stretch drive. Mr. Woodrow and Heavenville. Top of the stretch for Global Power. The lead is 2. String King continues to grind it out, but he's still a length and a half behind. Now he's 2 behind. 2 behind Global Power. Golden Yank runs up into second, but it's going to be Global Power, wire to wire. Golden Yank was second, String King and Major Marvel.
Global Power, though, every step a winning one. He was scratched from an effort down at Kentucky Downs. Makes it 3 in a row on the turf. Had recently won a stakes race over at Delaware Park. This was an old Chad Brown runner. Richard Aramia scores the victory, returning $11.20 for Tommy Amos. Golden Yank finishes second. String King finishes third. Major Marvel, the 9-5 favorite, finishes off the board and fourth. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, more action from Louisiana Downs and then closing day from Del Mar.
Listen to what people are saying about the Clubhouse Racebook.
I've been coming here for well over 30 years to the OTB, and I think this is an outstanding facility. Probably comparable to something you'd see in Vegas. They have the big screens there, and then they have the auxiliary screens for watching all the tracks. And the primary tracks of the day, they'll switch to the big screens, which is ideal for most of us race guys. We like to see the big races on the big screen. Well done.
Hi race fans, I'm Seth Miro with some great news. Now you can get live streaming of all our tracks. Just log on to CapitalOTB.com, click on the live streaming link, and choose from more than 35 tracks from around the world. Plus, you can now get race replays any day, any track. And don't forget to check out our new virtual tote board. In horse racing, information is key, and no one brings you the crucial information you need like CapitalOTB.com. Live streaming, race replays, and our new virtual tote board. CapitalOTB.com. Check it out now.
With more than 70 convenient locations, internet wagering at CapitalOTB.com, and live operators ready to take your call. Capital OTB is the better choice for wagering on thoroughbred and harness racing. Stop by one of our locations to bet in person or open a Capital Bets account and place your bets over the phone or at CapitalOTB.com. Whether you're on the road or in the comfort of your own home, Capital OTB is the better choice.
What would another ShopRite mean for you?
It means more chef-prepared meals to take home and call my own.
Another place to get help with healthy eating.
And another place to get fresh fish.
Another ShopRite in the Capital District, 709 Central Avenue. Another ShopRite. That means more chef-prepared meals, another dietitian, and more fresh produce. Get more choices and even more savings with ShopRite's growing family.
We're all about food. We're all about savings. We're all about you.
And continue our action from Louisiana Downs. Time for two-year-olds named after the '89 winner of the Super Derby, the Sunday Silence at even money, Brown Almighty.
And they're off in the Sunday Silence. Good start for the big favorite, Brown Almighty, toward the inside. Sequoia Wells right out for the lead. Sir Pulpit is also there. And those two hook up early with Mr. McCoy angling in from the outside. Kamchatka is there too. Is going to be stuck very wide, 4 wide into the first turn. Meanwhile, Mark Gidry gets a great spot with Brown Almighty. Up top, Sequoia Wells went quite wide, and that forced Sir Pulpit way out there. So too Kamchatka, and that allowed for Brown Almighty clear sailing right up the rail. And so now Brown Almighty has taken over the lead as they bend onto the backstretch run. Sir Pulpit's running in second. Sequoia Wells on the outside in third. Kamchatka racing in fourth. Java's War sneaking through toward the inside to be fifth. Mr. McCoy in the clear on the outside sixth. Unbridled Score hard held from seventh, only 4 lengths off the lead. And that is Mr. Bandini's Band, I'm in to shine, and a big break back to Tarmac. Brown Almighty's half was 47 3/5 seconds. Hits the far turn with Sequoia Wells coming on again. Sequoia Wells with a bid. Kamchatka 4 wide on the far outside. And Java's War set to strike right in behind. Mr. Bandini's Band with a big move on the far turn too. They come to the top of the stretch. Kamchatka has grabbed the lead off the turn, but Brown Almighty responds right back. Java's War swings wide for the final 1/8 of a mile. And then it's Mr. Bandini's Band down to the final 16th. Brown Almighty's trying to fend off the oncoming Java's War. Brown Almighty, half a length. Now it's a neck. Now it's a head. Here's Java's War surging past. Java's War gets up over Brown Almighty. 5 lengths back to Kamchatka, followed by Tarmac and Mr. Bandini's Band.
But it is Java's War, ladies and gentlemen, as the second choice at 8-5. Richard Aramia winning again on this week's program. Scores the neck victory over Brown Almighty. This is an offspring of Warpath sent out for Ken McPeak, returning $5.40 for his victory in the Sunday Silence. Brown Almighty, the offspring of Big Brown, finishes 7th, and Cam Kochev finishes 3rd in the Sunday Silence. And now for the big race. Unfortunately, been a grade 2 for 10 years now, shortened up to 1 1/8 years ago, even though they did run it once at 1 1/4 in that break. Super Derby number 33, Blue Skies and Rainbows, 8-5.
They're in the gate, and they're off in the Super Derby. And Master Rick goes right to the front. Master Rick out to be the leader. Here's Blue Skies and Rainbows punching through toward the inside. And Hero of Order is right up there too. And those 3 race for the clubhouse turn together. And Joe Talamo and Blue Skies and Rainbows to be the pacemakers. And Hero of Order is right alongside in second. Mr. Bluegrass Music up close to the pace, running in third. Master Rick is away fourth. Key Donation settles in toward the inside fifth, right alongside a Tensaw Cold Front, who's running in sixth around the clubhouse turn. 3 lengths back to Bourbon Courage and Fly Lexus Fly, and stretch running Rousing Sermon at the back of the pack. First quarter, 23 seconds flat. The pace is very solid. There's 5 furlongs to go. Blue Skies and Rainbows sets the tempo with Hero of Order pressing this pace right along. They go to the half-mile pole together. 3 lengths back to Master Rick, who has taken over third. Mr. Bluegrass Music losing ground, coming under the whip. Here's Key Donation advancing up, moving toward the inside. Good move by Richard Aramia to save ground onto the far turn. And Bourbon Courage is picking it up too, circling up on the far outside. inside. Tensaw Cold Front tries to move with that one. They're within 3 lengths of the lead. From the back of the pack, Rousing Sermon and Fly Lexus Fly. The pace setters are tired. Blue Skies and Rainbow gives way with Hero of Order, and Master Rick comes away with the lead, and they come off the turn in the Super Derby. Bourbon Courage to the attack on Master Rick. Off the turn, Master Rick digs down. Bourbon Courage continues to close. They're head to head and shoulder to shoulder with a furlong to go, and now Bourbon Courage is getting the better of Master Rick, and he's pulling away late. Bourbon Courage clear by 2. Bourbon Courage clear by 3. Bourbon Courage wins the Super Derby. Tight for second between Master Rick, Fly Lexus Fly, and Rousing Sermon.
But it is Bourbon Courage, ladies and gentlemen, who was far, far back early in the race as the second choice at 5-2, but then far, far in first, winning by a handful, returning $7.20 for Kelly Gordon. Fly Lexus Fly, Neil Drysdale's runner, finishes a nose in front of Master Rick. Blue Skies and Rainbow finishes 7th as the 8-5 favorite. As I looked over the history of the Super Derby, which used to be a brilliant Grade 1, in the first 10 runnings, the 80s, ladies and gentlemen, the winner in 6 of those years had run a Triple Crown event. Since then, since the 1990 running, only one classic winner has added the Super Derby to their resume. Bourbon Courage, though, very, very nice effort in Saturday's Super Derby. One more from Louisiana Downs, rounding out the card. The Happy Ticket, Always Kitten, 7-5.
And they're off. Pretty even start from the outside. Here's My Daughter's Song racing out to take over the lead early. Sapphire Breeze is right there. Misty Swamp up close. Courtney's Hope there on the far outside. My Daughter's Song to be the pacemaker racing into the clubhouse turn. Leads by 2 to Misty Swamp, who's running in second. And right alongside is Sapphire Breeze from third. 3 lengths back to Courtney's Hope, who settles nicely to be fourth. Another 3 back to Goodnight, who's fifth on the outside of Wilhelmina, who's in a bit tight, running in sixth. Always Kitten is now 7th. Sheila Tequila is 8th. Fleet Dawn is 9th. Lonnie Bell is 10th. And the trailer is Promise Me More. And the leader is My Daughter's Song. The first quarter was 23 seconds flat. So My Daughter's Song had to run hard in the first couple of furlongs and gets a half in 47-4. My Daughter's Song taking the field onto the far turn. Sapphire Breeze has been close since the get-go. Misty Swamp still down inside, working out that good trip as the field races onto the far turn. Courtney's Hope starting to pick it up, and so too is Always Kitten, and so too is Fleet Dawn. Down inside is Wilhelmina trying to find a way through. Promise Me More gets a tap to get closer, racing for the top of the stretch, and My Daughter's Song's the one to catch off the turn. My Daughter's Song tries to cut the corner. Misty Swamp is down inside. Here comes Always Kitten. Here comes Courtney's Hope. Here comes Fleet Dawn, and Promise Me More is trying to pick through the pack into the final furlong, and Always Kitten comes charging on through. Always Kitten has grabbed the lead short of the wire. Fleet Dawn fights on, but is second on the line. Always Kitten is the winner. Fleet Dawn was second, and then it was Promise Me More or Courtney's Hope.
Always Kitten, the very familiar silks for the Ramseys, and offspring, familiarly so, of Kitten's Joy, scores the length and a half victory under Mike Smith, returning $4.80, defeating Fleet Dawn, who was better than 40-1. For second, Courtney's Hope finishes third at better than 20-1 in the 27th running of the Happy Ticket. On September 5th, they wrapped up the meet out at Del Mar with 4 stakes races on the card. Up first, the CERF Stakes with Renee's Got Zip, 3-5.
And away they go. Javine broke very awkwardly, but Javine broke fast as well. Renee's Got Zip from the inside gate is very quick. Sizzling Gold in the white cap right there, second. Pink Lollipops goes up third. Javine is back to fourth by Rama, kicking through down at the rail. On the far side, Jet Blue Girl is 7 off these leaders. Then comes Elvies Lane, and Candrea is last. Past a half mile they go, and Renee's Got Zip very fast. Renee's Got Zip opened up 2.5 on Sizzling Gold. On the far side, Pink Lollipops right there in third. Then it's Javine by Rama is down at the rail. Behind that comes Jet Blue Girl, and then Elvies Lane, who's now 8 off the leader, and another 3 back to Candrea. Quarter of a mile left to go, and Renee's Got Zip. Renee's Got Zip by almost 3. By Rama now coming with a nice run down at the rail. Pink Lollipops on the outside. Behind that, Jet Blue Girl. Homeward bound now, Renee's Got Zip by Rama. These are the two fighting this one out. Renee's Got Zip finds more, and Renee's Got Zip opening up again late. Very powerful performance from Renee's Got Zip under Garrett Gomez. They storm home to win by almost 4. By Rama, a gallant second. Jet Blue Girl was third.
Renee's Got Zip, ladies and gentlemen, off the May 4th layoff. Very impressive in her comeback race sprinting. 6 career starts now for Peter Miller's runner. 4 victories, 2 seconds. Just got out there and ran as fast as she could. Garrett Gomez trying to reserve some of her early speed, unnecessary, as she draws off from Byramia and scores at $3.20. Byramia, the good, solid turf runner in Southern California, finishes second at a strong 9-1 under Johnny V. Jet Blue Girl finishes third in this year's CERF. On to the turf, ladies and gentlemen. Juveniles going the mile in the inaugural edition of the Oak Tree Juvenile Turf. At 7-2, he's had enough.
And away they go. Parisian Prince, a little slow to get going. Forest Boy wants the lead, and Forest Boy kicks through on the inside to take it. Power Breaker goes up to join him on the outside. Buckleberry Grey. They've been followed by Resistant in 4th, and then Dry Summer. In behind that, Shining Copper, caught napping in the pink down at the rail. Then back to the grey. He's had enough, second last, and 9 lengths off these leaders. Last of all, Parisian Prince. They run past the 3/4 pole. Power Broker along the inside, and Buckleberry Grey. They stride for stride. They're going a fast pace too. They've cleared off 3.5 to Forest Boy in third. Then there's another 3 lengths back to Resistant racing at the rail. Outside is Dry Summer. They have been followed by Caught Napping in the pink colours alongside Shining Copper. They got to be 8 lengths off those leaders. And then another 2 back to Parisian Prince, and he's had enough. They run past the half-mile pole, and Power Broker down at the rail, and Buckleberry Grey. They try to slow it down now. They still clear by 2, but the rest of them closing in. Resistant is right there. Forest Boy at the rail. Just in behind that comes Dry Summer, now only 3 off the leaders. Then we come back to Shining Copper, caught napping down at the rail. Still at the back is Parisian Prince, and he's had enough, winding up from last. They come to the top of the lane now, still wide open. Power Broker along the inside. Up alongside Buckleberry Grey. Buckleberry Grey now getting the lead. Dry Season is running on. He's had enough, finishing in a little bit of a pushing match on the outside. They come for home. Power Broker at the rail. Dry Summer, Power Broker, Dry Summer. Dry Summer up to win it. Power Broker second. Caught Napping came running on for third.
Dry Summer, ladies and gentlemen, making the 3rd career start. First time on the turf from an outside post position. Pulls the $16.80 upset victory for Jeff Mullins. He's had enough. Off the maiden Poly debut win at 7-2, finishes 6th. But back to our trifecta. Power Broker under Rafael Bejarano, who had a historical meet at Del Mar this year, finishes 2nd. And Caught Napping 3rd in the Oak Tree Juvenile Turf. Take a quick break. When we come back, wrapping up Del Mar 2012 and kicking off the fall meet at beautiful Belmont Park.
What would another ShopRite mean for you?
It means more chef-prepared meals to take home and call my own.
Another place to get help with healthy eating.
And another place to get fresh fish.
Another ShopRite in the Capital District at 709 Central Avenue. Another ShopRite. That means more chef-prepared meals, another dietitian, and more fresh produce. Get more choices and even more savings with ShopRite's growing family.
We're all about food, we're all about savings, we're all about you.
Poker is like a war. It's a battle of wits. It's strategy and preparation. Winning is about understanding yourself before the other guy does. Knowledge and skill wins, not luck. For now, put your money aside and challenge your wits. Challenge your skill. Free Poker Network, every Tuesday evening at the Clubhouse Racebook. Welcome to the game.
Hi race fans, I'm Seth Merrill with some great news. Now you can get live streaming of all our tracks. Just log on to CapitalOTB.com, click on the live streaming link, and choose from more than 35 tracks from around the world. Plus, you can now get race replays, any day, any track. And don't forget to check out our new virtual tote board. In horse racing, information is key, and no one brings you the crucial information you need like CapitalOTB.com. Live streaming, race replays, and our new virtual tote board. CapitalOTB.com, check it out now.
You could wait for money to start falling from the sky, or you could head down to the all-new Clubhouse Racebook and get in the game. With live horse racing on more than 250 flat-screen TVs, state-of-the-art wagering terminals, fantastic food and drinks, and amazing Vegas-style atmosphere with seating for nearly 900 of your closest friends. Conveniently located at 711 Central Avenue, right off Exit 5 of I-90 in Albany, the Clubhouse Racebook is the better choice.
Continuing the stakes action from Del Mar on closing day. Time for the Pirates Bounty. Comet to the top, 2-1.
And away they go to a good beginning. Comet to the top, hopped out very fast and goes straight to the front. Court side coming through on his inside. Bench Points makes it 3 in a line. Then it's another 2 lengths back to Mensa Heat, a clear cut fourth. Sequoia Warriors at the rail. Clubhouse Ride, 6 off those leaders, couldn't be going any quicker. Silver Summation is in there. On the far side, Sinai is going to have to go wide. Then we come back to Boxeur de Roux, a good 11 off these leaders. In behind that, Quindici Man. And racing at the back is Mobilize. Strung out over a lot of ground, 3/8 to go, and Courtship the leader. Courtship being taken on by Bench Points. Comet to the top right there, and Comet to the top moves into contention third. On the outside, Mensa Heat is coming to take them on. Clubhouse Ride behind that, then Sequoia Warrior and Sinai. They get to the top of the lane, and Comet to the top takes on Bench Points now. On the outside, here comes Mensa Heat with a nice run too, and along the inside, Sequoia Warrior suddenly wide open. Even Boxeur de Roux finishing late, but Comet to the top goes on, and Comet to the top kicks away. Big performance from Comet to the top. Comet to the top wins clear. Mensa Heat was second, then Sequoia Warrior.
Martin Pedrosia aboard the winner for Peter Miller as Comet to the top returns to the winner's circle for the first time since winning the Cash Call Futurity late in 2010. Thought this was a nice effort sprinting on the poly track down at Del Mar. Mensa Heat finishing second, and Sequoia Warrior finishing third, the 3 betting favorites in the Pirates Bounty. And now to wrap up the Del Mar meet, the 65th running of the Grade 1 Del Mar Futurity No More, who was the debut winner in the Best Pal recently, the 8-5 favorite.
And away they go. I've Struck a Nerve, broke a little outwards at the start, but overall a tidy beginning. All rushing for the lead here. No More is showing some good speed. Caballo del Cielo in the blue is right there too on the far side. Rolling Fog is in the vanguard as well. Down at the rail, here comes Capo Bastoni now pulling his way up to be a joint third. Switch to the lead, another one in there. They're very compact. No More is now back in 6, just 3 lengths off these leaders. Pure Loyalties on the far side, being followed then by Air of Storm. Gabriel Charles is down at the rail. Far side, the whole deal, and I've Struck a Nerve. No more than 5 lengths would cover the lot. Compact as they go into the turn. Caballo del Cielo. Caballo del Cielo tries to shake loose now. Rolling Fog is right there in second. On the far side, Shearer Magic. Between horses, we have Switch to the lead. Capo Bastoni in the black down at the rail. No More is now starting his run as well. Extreme outside, Pure Loyalties in with a shot wide open. They turn for home now, and Rolling Fog gets a narrow advantage. No More on the outside. Shearer Magic is in with a big shot as well. Capo Bastoni on the inside. They come for home. Rolling Fog, No More with a late run, but Rolling Fog's clear. Rolling Fog too good, and Rolling Fog is going to score. Rolling Fog and Rafael Bejarano win the Del Mar Futurity. No More had to settle for second, then Capo Bastoni and Shearer Magic.
Rolling Fog under Rafael Bejarano for Bob Baffert returned $16.60. I kid you not, Bob Baffert, since the middle 1990s, has now won 11 11 Del Mar Futurities, including at one point 6 or 7 in a row, 4 out of the 5 most recent, and you receive $16.60 for this year's edition. Not the longest price of a Baffert winner in the Del Mar Futurity souvenir copy. Still has that honor, but Rolling Fog, just another victory for Bob Baffert, who also, by the way, has won 7 Del Mar debutantes. No more. Not so sure how good the 2-year-olds are at this time out in Southern California, but I thought this was a very nice second effort. Maybe not good enough at 8-5. Shearer Magic, the only multiple winner going into the Del Mar Futurity, finishes 3rd, but Rolling Fog, $16.60 to win the Futurity. Now we turn our attention to Saturday afternoon at Belmont Park. They moved the Bowling Green Stakes up to the 3rd race on the card. Air Support 7-5.
And they're off. Bombagia and Brujo de Olleros out for that early lead, and it will be Bombagia. Bombagia will take the field into the first turn. Brujo de Olleros out there second on his outside. And it's Air Support gets that coveted spot at the hedge in behind the lead. To the outside goes Newsdad, and Brilliant Speed trails a very compact field behind Bombagia. Newsdad in the clear, and Newsdad now ranging up to be second on the outside after the opening quarter in a leisurely 26 seconds flat. So into the backstretch, Bombagia sets this easy pace. Newsdad alongside, prompting second. Brujo de Olleros is in between horses. Air Support down inside. Brilliant Speed on the outside, tugging his way up now to get within 2.5 of the lead. And the lead is now shared by Newsdad and Bombagia through a half mile and 50 2/5 seconds. About 6 furlongs out here. And it is Newsdad on narrow lead. Bombagia second on the inside, 5 furlongs remaining. The pace is still relatively slow here. At the back of the pack, all lined up together, are Air Support down inside, Brilliant Speed on the outside, and Brujo de Olleros, who's coming under a bit of a ride with a half mile to go. They run 3/4 of a mile in 1:14.4 on the far turn now, and it's Bombagia stretching that lead to a bit more than a length. Bombagia now out there by almost 2. Here's Brilliant Speed on the outside. Here's Air Support at the rail. Newsdad, nothing left. Brujo de Olleros way at the back of the pack. Bombagia set the pace the whole way, and he'll hit the quarter pole in full stride as the field turns for home. Bombagia the leader. Air Support full out second. Brilliant Speed back there in third. 1 furlong to go here. Edgar Prado and Bombagia still holding on to that lead, but Air Support is finding his very best stride in the final furlong here. Here's Air Support and Bombagia trying to fight back. Those two matching strides down to the line. It's very close. It looks like Air Support won it by a nostril. Bombagia right there was a very tight photo. Brilliant Speed was third.
And John Velasquez picks up right where he left off, ladies and gentlemen, at Saratoga with a victory. Shug McGahee, who has just been an armada on the turf for the last year and a half. Air Support, 0 for 5 this year, but a head convincing victory under Bombagia, who I thought raced very well as the longest price on the board, and Brilliant Speed, who seems to just be up against it when the waters get a little deeper, finishes third. Sunday afternoon, 2 New York bred stakes races to bring you. Up first, the John Hettinger Hessenite 3-5.
And they're off. Inimitable Romane looking for that lead. Right alongside goes Dreaming of Kara as they move into the first turn. Freedom Rings takes up a spot at the hedge, then Gitchigumi, and Hessenite is allowed to trail the field in the early going here. Up top, Inimitable Romane opens up a 5-length lead early on. Dreaming of Kara lets her go on with it. Break of another 3 back to Freedom Rings, followed by Gitchigumi and the well-held favorite Hessenite as the field moves up the backstretch run. First quarter was up in 24 2/5 seconds. So out there on that lead, it's Inimitable Romane. 5-length margin. She's got it a bit off the hedge and still leads by almost 5 lengths here, followed by Dreaming of Kara, second by another 3. Then Freedom Rings at the back of the pack, the 2 main protagonists here. Gitchigumi, who is keeping Hessenite down to her inside. So they continue their run up the backstretch here.
Pace was 50 seconds flat over the off-going. Inimitable Romane, they're whittling away at the lead. Dreaming of Kara edges closer second now with less than a half mile to go. Is there room inside for Hessenite? Down in there running along in third, and Hessenite now gets a foothold at the inside as they round the far turn. Gitchy Gumi's in behind her now. And then Freedom Rings with less than 3 furlongs to go. Coming to the top of the stretch now, and Hessenite is guided to the outside to target Inimitable Romane. Gitchy Gumi is 2 lengths behind them as the field turns for home. Hessenite comes off the turn with the lead. Gitchy Gumi following her on the outside. Then down toward the rail, the pacemaker, Inimitable Romane, still holding second as they enter the final furlong. And Hessenite is in control. Complete command here as they come down to the finish. Inimitable Romane, Freedom Rings, picking it up late on the outside. Not Gitchy Gumi's day, she'll be fourth, but it's all Hessenite's day today. And it wound up being pretty close for second there between the late-running Freedom Rings and the pacemaking Inimitable Romane.
And Hessenite wins again, coming out of the Yadu Stakes, wins by better than a handful for David Donk and Ramon Dominguez, returning $3.20. Freedom Rings at 19-1 finishes second. Gitchy Gumi in here, ladies and gentlemen, off the board as the second choice at 2-1. And now time for the Colts and Geldings in the Ashley T. Cole, another rivalry being revisited. Compliance Officer, the slight 2-1 favorite.
And they're off. Lubash striking out for the lead. Compliance Officer has some early speed. Abilio from the far outside as they race for the first turn. Abilio's way out there. He's about in the 5 or 6 path trying to get to that lead. And indeed he does. So it's Abilio wide taking over in the early stages here. And then Lubash settles back, running along second here. Little Rank is Lubash. Alongside that one, Majestic Raffi. Compliance Officer is fourth. Street Game well held, about fifth on the inside. Mini Punt, Very Rank, sixth on the far outside, about 4 wide down the backstretch run. Hangover Kid at the back of the pack, along with West Side Corral. In the meantime, it's Abilio who's bounding away from the field. He's got an 8-length lead. Abilio all alone down the backstretch run here. A distant second, Lubash down on the inside of Compliance Officer racing third. 3 wide, Majestic Raffi. 4 wide is Mini Punt. On the inside, Street Game still well held there in the grasp of Ramon Dominguez. The back of the pack are Hangover Kid and West Side Corral. So it's Abilio grinding it out on the lead here. Still clear by almost 5 lengths. Lubash starting to cut into that lead with a half mile remaining here. Compliance Officer given a gentle reminder now. Compliance Officer has to pick it up. Driving hard now from third. And then it's Street Game. Street Game moving well while fourth and comfortably. Only 4 lengths from the lead, Street Game. And to his inside is West Side Corral coming to the top of the stretch now. And it is Lubash taking over. Lubash taking over from Abilio. Compliance Officer is there. Street Game switched to the far outside. West Side Corral in behind the front runners as they come down to the last furlong. Lubash, Compliance Officer, and Street Game. 1, 2, 3. Lubash narrowly. Compliance Officer fighting on gamely inside the final furlong. Street Game still in there with a fighting chance. Time running out. Lubash to narrow lead. Lubash, Compliance Officer, and Street Game. Here's the wire. Lubash got it. Lubash, a game winner here, defeating Compliance Officer narrowly, followed by Street Game third and West Side Corral fourth.
And the choices run not in order 1, 2, 3 in the Ashley T. Cole. The trifecta comes back $55. But Lubash, nice ride by Jose Lescano. Looked as though Javier Castellano, a Compliance Officer, had the entire length of the inner turf stretch to run him down. But Lubash for Christophe Clement wins by a head, returns $6.60 as the second choice. Compliance Officer, the favorite, finishes second. And Street Game at 5-2 finishes third on the yielding turf course in this year's Ashley T. Cole. That wraps up this week's edition of Horses and Courses. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your stakes racing from around the country. We'll see you next time.